All right, your favorite bad guy. Seton brought this up before the commercial break. Where Draymond Green is not your ideal bad guy.
He's not just my brand of bad guy.
Okay, your brand of bad guy is who?
Yeah, there's a guy who was a bad guy just recently in the past couple of years, and it was awesome because he was so in this one franchise's head. And now lately he's playing more just kind of like a bad guy.
Bad guy. Yeah, Paulie.
I was going to guess Rajon Rondo, but at last hint.
No, but that's not a bad one, though. No. Trae Young.
Oh!
Nailed it.
Okay.
Trae Young, when he was sort of like, maybe not the bad guy, but he was a little bit of a villain, and he's popping his jersey and dudes are bumping his shoulders and he's like, ain't no thing. That dude was awesome. I loved that guy. That guy was great.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Man, do I want him back. I love that bad guy.
I'm watching the Celtics and the Hawks. I had turned it off. I'm like, this is bad. The Hawks, it's just not good basketball. And then I wonder, where's he going? Because it felt like, man, this is a rocket ship. Do you want to trade for him? Do you want to build your offense around Trae Young? Because does he want to stay in Atlanta?
His stats go down in the playoffs. Like regular season, he averaged 26 and 10 this year. I mean, that's fantastic. But his shooting percentage keeps going down year by year. His playoff shooting percentage doesn't match at all his regular season percentage. It's way down every year.
Yeah. And he might just be that regular season kind of player. James Harden, regular season kind of player. Get into the postseason, that's when defenses are really keyed on you. They, they're really studying your tendencies. It's not just you're in town one night, now you're going to the next game. But, man, the artist formerly known as the Atlanta Hawks. Todd, your favorite bad guy?
Some people love him, some people hate him, but I kind of consider him a bad guy because of his antics. So I'm going to go John McEnroe. I just loved watching him, and he'd freak out and yell and be inappropriate with officials. So I'm going to go John McEnroe.
Right. Figured. Somebody from the 80s. Marvin?
Breakfast at Wimbledon, a lot of fun.
Marvin, how about you?
Just because I saw this guy in person once, Kevin Garnett.
Okay.
Maybe he may not be considered a bad guy, but some people, they hate him.
I don't know if he was a bad guy. I think he was a great player who just talked a lot. But I don't know if he did dirty things or I don't know if I'd consider him a bad guy. Yes, Seton.
Is there a difference between being a bad guy and a villain? Like, you might not be a bad guy, right, or a dirty player or something, but when you come to town, that other team hates you. Like, I can't stand that dude because, I don't know, whatever it is that he's in your head or whatever it is,
Like Christian Laettner, right? Oh, did I just take yours, Paulie?
He's emeritus.
Yes, he is.
Whatever's above Mount Rushmore, Laettner was not only the best player in the sport, he was the most disliked, annoying, frustrating, and I loved him, player in the sport. Rarely are those the best.
Yeah.
Rarely it's the same thing.
Yeah, when you have a high-end player that everybody acknowledges is great, and one of the greats of all time in college basketball, but when you do a documentary called I Hate Christian Laettner.
And he participates.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Like, he embraced it. Like, I know I'm a bleep. Yeah, Marv.
Yeah, those guys in that category are those guys where you play like, oh, I hate this guy. But if he's on your team, he's your favorite player, almost like a Joakim Noah. Everyone else hated him, but in Chicago, he's beloved. Mm-hmm. He might be in that category.
Our camera guy Weeks just called them the antagonist. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good word for
that
it.
That Laettner is?
Or like the person that we're describing.
Oh, an antagonist.
Yeah.
Is Tanya Harding?
She's a bad guy.
Bad girl.
Yeah, she was bad. She was...
Go to those kind of lengths to win.
Well, I know.
Medal.
Normally, you don't have a villain in figure skating. You can't guard anybody in figure skating. But, you could take a pipe to their knee. Yes, Paul.
I think there's a few NFL guys that were high-end players, but also were kind of like little cheap shot type guys. Like Hines Ward had that rep.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a big fan of his. I'm not against him. Remember Bill Romanowski, the linebacker?
Yeah.
Very good ball player, but also a pest.
Yes. Brian Bosworth?
Sure. Not long enough, though, I wish.
Well, in college.
Oh, all-timer.
Yeah. Trying to think who else is. I mean, I never thought Rodman was a bad guy. I just think he was an agitator, a nuisance. And that was part of the role that he was going to play. They were bad guys, but they were like Bill Laimbeer. Bill Laimbeer he might be the Christian Laettner of NBA players, where he was pretty good, but you hated him. I think it was on this day. If hold on here. Talk amongst yourselves.
This day in sports history, 2 hours early?
Okay. I think it was on this date. 1990, the 76ers clinched their first divisional title, and a brawl breaks out between Charles Barkley and Bill Laimbeer, and it resulted in $162,000 in fines. So right on cue with Bill Laimbeer and Charles Barkley. And there were actual punches thrown in that scrum that they had there. Who else was... how about Grayson Allen?
Oh, great run.
Yeah. Is he still tripping people?
He's had a nice NBA career. Like, he's a good player.
It's been kind of quiet. Yeah, Marv.
The NHL player, Sean Avery.
Oh, good call.
I don't know anything about hockey, but I knew him.
Yeah. I met his wife. A model, famous, not a fan.
Oh, yeah.
Hillary Rose.
Buttercup. What's his name? It was like
Wait, Hillary Ryder Cup?
Buttercup. I don't know what. It was something weird. It was something long.
Hillary. Not Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Are you sure?
But it's Hillary
Rhoda.
Rhoda. Whew. Saw her in person in Miami. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Did you just Google her?
He used to play hockey?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that was one of those, my eyes were burning. And I was like, it hurts to look. Not that bad. Yes, smart.
What about John Rocker?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was pretty good for a while. He had about 4 years. He was a good closer.
Yeah. Yeah. Misunderstood.
Oh, is that what we call it these days?
No, somebody told me,
different era.
You got him all wrong.
You know what? He's just from a different era.
Sign of the times.
Well, he did the Sports Illustrated article about riding the subway to Shea Stadium. And that's where it all happened. Yeah. Where he was talking about, seeing all these people on the subway, and they brought that to light in that Sports Illustrated article. Yes, Paul.
And Ndamukong Suh, the defensive tackle, when he was at Nebraska and early in his career, he got in a lot of incidents, on the field mostly.
Yeah.
But when we would interview him, he'd be such a nice, docile guy. And then on the field, he would have those where he'd just clobber somebody.
I think it's better to have it that way than the other way.
Right.
He gets on the field and he's a really nice, docile
He's
guy.
a maniac in interviews.
Off the field, man. He'll rip your head off.
That's why I'm donating $1 million to Nebraska, and I'm very...
He's going to kick you in the groin.
Like that guy?
Yeah.